Ethan was in 10th grade. His father, Mark, worked as a machine operator at a small factory. He'd leave early in the morning and return exhausted at night. Ethan always felt his dad never had time for him. Never checked his homework, never talked to him. He'd just eat and go to sleep. One day at school, the teacher announced a trip to Washington, D.C. next month to visit the Science Museum and the Capitol building. The fee was $200. Ethan really wanted to go, but he knew his family couldn't easily afford it. At dinner that night, he gathered courage and asked his dad, "Dad, there's a school trip to Washington, D.C. It costs $200. Mark stayed quiet for a moment, then said, "Son, we don't have that money right now. Let's see next time." Ethan felt terrible. He left his food unfinished. He pushed his plate aside and stormed off to his room angry. He thought to himself, "Dad doesn't even care about me. Just work, work. He never thinks about me." From the next day, Ethan almost stopped talking to his dad. He'd leave for school in the morning with his head down. When his dad came home in the evening, he wouldn't even come out of his room. Mark noticed his son's changed behavior, but said nothing. He just quietly kept doing his work. 2 weeks later, Ethan's mom, Linda, was washing dishes one evening. Ethan came into the kitchen for water and saw her eyes were slightly wet. When asked, she brushed it off, but Ethan insisted. Finally, she told him, "Son, your dad has been working extra night shifts at the factory for 2 weeks. He stays back after his morning shift, all the way till 10 p.m. Ethan couldn't understand why the sudden extra shift. Linda took a deep breath and said, "For your Washington, D.C. trip, son. The very night you asked, your dad went and asked his supervisor for extra shifts. He said, 'My son wants to go. I don't want to say no to him.'" The ground slipped from under Ethan's feet. He remembered how many times he'd ignored the exhaustion on his dad's face over the past 2 weeks. How many times he'd shut his door without a word. He remembered the plate he'd pushed away in anger. He realized that while he was misjudging his dad and pulling away, his dad was working overtime at the factory to make his dream come true. Thinking about it, tears started rolling down his eyes. He began to feel ashamed of himself. That night, Ethan couldn't sit still in his room. He waited out on the lawn for his dad to return. At 10:30 p.m., Mark came home, shoulders slumped, exhaustion clear on his face. Seeing Ethan awake, he pulled out some crumpled bills from his pocket and smiled, saying, "Here, son, your trip fee. Submit it at school tomorrow." Ethan couldn't hold back. Instead of looking at the money, he hugged his dad tightly and broke down crying. "Dad, please forgive me. I just couldn't understand." Mark was taken aback. He asked, "What happened, son, all of a sudden?" Ethan told him, "Dad, Mom told me about the extra shifts. I've been angry with you for 2 weeks, misunderstanding everything." He admitted he'd never tried to understand his dad's exhaustion. Mark's eyes welled up too. He said, gently stroking his son's head, "Son, a father's job isn't just to meet his kids' needs. It's also to see a worry-free smile on their face. I didn't want you carrying money worries to Washington, D.C. That day, Ethan decided he'd spend at least 1 hour every week talking with his dad, no matter how tired his dad was. And when the trip day came, Ethan made his dad a promise. "Dad, in Washington, D.C., I'll get a smiling photo of myself in front of the Capitol. And I'll bring it back for you, so that whenever you come home tired from work, seeing that worry-free smile, the one you gave me, will erase all your tiredness."